All right, everybody, what's happening, man? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of SWAC Talk, the show we cover the SWAC inside and out. Of course, I am your tour guide around the SWAC Seawells coming at you. And, we're going to just talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that today. Nothing, nothing really pressing today, just a few things coming around, So I want to go ahead and, just throw a little bit of stuff out there. So, a little bit of odds and ends, man. We're gonna talk about as usual. You can see the socials on the screen. You can go ahead and check those out. Facebook is Swag Talk, Instagram is Swag Talk, Twitter Swag Talk 76, and Gmail is swagtalk76 at gmail.com. And since you're here, if you haven't done so already, won't you please hit that subscription button and subscribe to the channel if you've done so already, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Hit that notification bell. Make sure to like the videos and share them, and feel free to comment on anything, man. We can always chop it up in the comments. So tomorrow is Swag Smoke as usual, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Swag Smoke merch is coming down the pike, man. We finally decided to get some merch out there. So we're gonna stay tuned, man. We're gonna give y'all some more info on that. You can rock you a Swag Smoke shirt and represent. So got that coming down the pipe. Really excited about that. Almost 40 episodes in the books on that show alone. So, that's going great. Tomorrow, Sunday, Swag Talk as usual. Then Wednesday, Swag Talk again. So you got your usual Swag Talk, Swag Smoke week. So make sure you check that out. Like I said, Swag Smoke merch coming at you, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. So, like I said, a few things popped up on the old timeline this week. So we're just gonna talk about a few things. Not really gonna go too in depth into too much stuff. As everybody knows, this past weekend was the last weekend of the spring games, and obviously the big show on earth was the Jsu Spring Game, nationally televised. They came out of that with a lot of commitments, man. They got quite a few guys to commit to JSU at the event, and also got some really big time visitors on at the event. So JSU continue to do what they do. They got 3 commitments during Saturday's game. Offensive lineman Tyler Brown from ULL. He's transferring. He's a Madison, Mississippi native, so he's right up the road. Former Toledo and Dodge City Community College wide receiver Willie Gaines also committed, and Robert Lockhart is a big 4-star wide receiver committed to JSU as well. Alabama State also came up pretty big in the transfer portal. They picked up like 2 or 3 guys this week. So the portal continues to be big. Coach Robinson is really doing his thing in Montgomery right now. I watched a little bit of their spring game. The numbers of the team weren't great, so they didn't do a full 11 on 11 at all times, but they had a nice turnout. Of course, the JSU turnout was great, and everybody got to see Travis Hunter do Travis Hunter things. So, I'm really, you really can't take a lot from a spring game, say about everybody's, but I'm excited to see Travis Hunter play in a real game. Most people are too. So that's a guy that I've been following for quite a while. So I'm eager and excited to see him suit up for JSU, along with Kevin Coleman, who put on, who shined as well. Shador Sanders obviously did his thing, and JSU is gonna be who they are. So spring games are here; they've come and gone. Everybody pretty much had a positive outcome. Their team won, so I think nobody really came out of the spring really bad. I think we have a lot of intrigue building up for fall camp for all teams. I don't know if a lot of the questions that we had about teams coming into the spring have been answered. Some of them are even more murky, but some teams have started to solidify some things. So we'll see, when we start to get into fall camp where we stand. I'll be rolling out my individual team previews probably in the middle of the summer, leading up to the start of the season. So stay tuned for that. Of course, I'll let you know when those are coming down the pipe. So, like I said, spring practice is over for everybody. now it's time to, stay in shape and get ready for fall camp when it rolls around. So some big news that came out this weekend. The Legacy Bowl is on its way back. It's second year. Gonna be in New Orleans again at Human Stadium. I think that's great. I thought the first Legacy Bowl was really, really, I thought it went really well. The game wasn't as exciting as it probably could have been, but it's an all-star game, so you got to take what you can take from it. But I thought the turnout was pretty good. I thought the support from the community and the sponsors and everything. I thought Adidas did a great job with the uniforms. You had Patrick Mahomes there. It was a really good, outing. It had Gremlins band was there. So it was, in the they had a high school band as well. So it was a really good environment, good turnout for the first year. Second year, things should only get better. The game is slated for February 25th, Saturday, February 25th, 2023. So they've already put it out there a little bit less than a year in advance. So you can start planning now, man. Hit NOLA to check this game out. If you didn't go last year, man, make sure you go this year. This is something I think that really needs to be supported because that this is a big thing. It's the HBCU All-Star Game, and it's an opportunity for guys to get seen by scouts who may not be able to make the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl or whatever other All-Star games that they have. So that's a big opportunity. So I think that's something that we really should support. So if you didn't get a chance to go last year, man, please, if you can, get out this year or get out next year in 2023 and check the game out. Tickets weren't that bad. So hopefully everything stays the same and they can continue to grow this and we'll see where we end up at. Next is the draft tomorrow. NFL draft starts tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Right now, most guys who are being expected to have their names called up, probably day 2, day 3 guys. I found a list on a website called theanalyst.com. It's the projections for the top 50 FCS guys. So I'm gonna find the SWAC guys and see where they list them. The first SWAC guy on this list is Marquis Bell. They listed him as number 12. He's being forecasted anywhere from the 4th to the 6th round. Average is 6th round right now. He has one draft Bible projecting him to go in the 4th round, Draft Scout 6th round, Pro Football Focus 6th round, Draft Buzz 7th round. Draft Network has him going as a free agent, but he's kind of all over the place. But I think he's a guy who can, really get a good opportunity and make a name for himself. So if he can be a day two guy, that would be really, really good. Most likely he'll be a day 3 guy, but I think somebody's gonna get a great player. The next SWAC guy on this list would be Tyra Carter from Southern. He's been picked anywhere from the 3rd round by Draft Bible. They got him rated pretty high. Then everybody else has him as a preferred free agent, which is a guy who gets, if you don't get drafted, but you get signed by a team and you get guaranteed entry to a mini camp. So that's pretty much the same as being a late round guy. So they pretty much projected him to be a late round guy, but as high as 3rd round. So that's a nice number for him. Going down this list, let's see if we have any more SWAC guys on this list. They list Quinterio Cole from Alcorn, but he went to Louisville last year, but they have him listed from Alcorn. They have him mainly as a free agent. So they think he may get, if he does get a spot, it'll be late. D. Anderson, he's being picked, slotted as high as 6th round by Draft Bible. They have him listed as the number 32 prospect. James Houston, number 35. Um, they are projecting him not to get drafted, and that's honestly a surprise to me. I really think with his numbers and his his performances in the offseason, I think a lot of people are pretty high on him. So I would still not be surprised to see his name get called on day 2 or day 3. But they are projecting him as a guy who won't get drafted, but we'll see. I still think he has a really good shot of getting drafted. Um, let's see if anybody else on this list is a SWAC guy. They stop it at number 40 as far as listing the average projected. Also on this list, I guess you could say outside of the top 40, in the 41 to 50 range is Akil Glass. He's the only other SWAC guy on this list. So I just thought this was something interesting to throw out there. By no means is this anything concrete or anything to swear by. So many people, especially late rounds, you can't really project the draft in the late rounds because there's so many variables that go into teams making picks at that time. Have they already met needs and they're just snapping up the best guy? Where teams trade their late pick to somebody else, and that person may draft a guy, or a guy may not get drafted because a team who might wanted to pick him late, maybe they traded some picks and now other teams aren't interested. But like I said, we're gonna tune in. I typically always watch the draft, so we'll tune in and see what happens. And hopefully, we have a few SWAC guys get their name called. And we can start to turn this thing around. So that's a thing that I wanted to share with you guys. I saw that today. I wanted to throw that out there. Last thing I want to share before I get out of here, and like I said, this is a pretty quick show. I'm not really gonna hold you too long. This was a very interesting tweet, and I'm not this is not like last week how I kind of came at the guy for his tweet, but this is something I just wanted to talk about because I thought it was interesting. I don't really know where I stand on it, but I thought that this is something that can be an avenue of discussion for people in the future. So basically, the tweet says that future winners of the Celebration Bowl should have their spring game televised on ESPN as part of the TV packages, and it would add extra incentive to the game. So I think number one, to me, JSU's game being broadcasted, it's basically, that's the prime effect. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that as the truth. Deion Sanders is the big name. JSU is the big buzz. They are the team who gets a lot of attention right now, and they draw a great crowd. So naturally, it would be really good if you're going to showcase somebody as an HBCU in a spring game is that team. I mean, they have two blue chip guys on their team that committed and signed with them this past signing period, a 4-star and a 5-star. So of course you want to showcase that. They have a lot of great talent there, and they have a name that a lot of people have really started to pick up on across the country. So naturally, it's only natural that would be that would be able to be done. This is the first actual spring game that JSU is having because, as you remember, we had a spring football season last year. So this is the first actual spring game, and this was an opportunity, and both sides collaborated and made it happen. With this, I don't necessarily know how I feel. I mean, it would be great to have other HBCU games televised, but that's on those schools to make a product that wants to that should be televised. If JSU wins the Celebration Bowl, then they're gonna be televised again anyway. If another team wins, or will they be able to put a production out there that can make it worthy of televising? I think it would be cool if we can get 2 or 3 games because of the TV contract televised. Maybe one every week. Space them out. Since we've had each weekend we've had 2 or 3 spring games. maybe televise one of those each weekend and kind of build up the brand like that. I think that probably would be a better avenue than to, kind of make a make it be a added bonus prize for winning the Celebration Bowl. Because if you have a team who loses a lot of guys, I don't know if the interest is going to be there to see a team have a spring game full of guys that a lot of people don't know. So, I mean, yes, that's exposure, and I don't turn down anything right now because, if you're looking to, expand yourself and get your name out there and get your brand out there, then yes, you take, any avenues that come your way. But I would prefer if the SWAC office could push for, more games to be televised. But, like I said, you got the hot name right now, and, you go with that first, and hopefully, if the ratings turned out pretty good, then, this next season, teams, really have good products, and then, maybe you can come to the table, to ask for more, to demand more, depending on how you look at it, and see what happens there. So I thought that was, an interesting thing. Like I said, it wasn't anything that I wanted to tear down or nothing like that. It was just something that was kind of, out of left field a little bit. Never really heard anybody really bring anything like that up. So I just wanted to bring it here and share it. I thought that was, like we say, you think outside the box in these kind of situations, and that's outside the box, train of thought. And, if that was able to be done, then, I would wholeheartedly support it. I mean, obviously, you want to see more teams televised in that aspect, but a lot of people don't even have spring games televised at all. So I think, starting where we're at, that's a good building block, and then, go from there in future years and see, can we keep this momentum going? Because you got to keep, with any kind of media, you got to keep going, you got to keep building, and you got to keep producing good product. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the people who are fringe people. So I think that, being able to televise spring games is a good avenue. I think, more bigger games on your TV package deal is great. Hopefully you can push for a couple other games to get a better slot. But, with FBS games, it's hard to, be able to get, a better network game, get better network coverage. So hopefully, we see, what happens. I hope that's that tweet. I hope that stirs a lot of conversation and keeps some things going, because I thought that was an interesting idea. So, like I said, I didn't really have a lot to come at you guys with today. I didn't really know where I wanted to go, so I just wanted to pop in and pop out. As usual, man, make sure y'all check out SWAC Smoke tomorrow, live 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Merch coming, man. We finally getting in the merch game. So SWAC Smoke merch coming at you. Stay tuned for details. I'm your tour guide, C. Wells, signing out, man. Y'all enjoy y'all hump day. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some SWAC Smoke. Peace.